So here is my ultra high density orchard. The spacing of these trees are 8 feet by 10 feet. And what I have is 10 rows with 31 trees per row. And this is now the end of July and majority of the fruit is gone. There's the late season keats that are still coming in, and there's always the oddball tree that is flowering right after everybody's already harvested. So now in late July, I'm gonna start to go through and prune all these trees, which is the post-harvest pruning. So now the goals of pruning, or the reasons for pruning, is you would like to maintain the size of the tree. So for me, I like to I would like my trees to finish the year between 8 and 10 feet height. And so each year I'd come in and I'd prune it back down to 6 feet, 7 feet, and let it go from there. So to maintain height, another reason for pruning would be to introduce sunlight into the middle of the tree. As you can see, this one is pretty dense, and I already pruned this tree one time earlier because it didn't flower. And so going in and removing interior lateral branches, like branches that are growing across the tree or growing into the tree, those are be removed, and hopefully we can allow some more sunlight in. Like I said, I already had pruned this one earlier, so there is, pretty sun does penetrate in it pretty good, but some of the other trees are a little more dense. So sunlight is the driver of fruit production. Sunlight is the signal to the tree that this area is receiving enough energy to produce fruit. So if sun can hit the area, then it'll trigger flowering and you'll have more fruit on the inside. If sun cannot hit the area and all you have is dark black on the interior of the tree, then what you have is the signal that this area is not worth putting any nutrients in, and so then it'll start to draw out all the nutrients, and that's why the leaves will all die, and there will be all the small branches will die on the interior part, and then it'll just be an unproductive area of your tree. So the second reason, another reason for pruning, is to open up the insides of the tree so sunlight can get in. And sunlight is also antibacterial, antifungal. So the more sunlight in, the better, healthier fruit you get, which brings us to another reason, which is opening up the canopy so that you can get enough airflow to try to get some antimicrobial action going on, because if not, powdery mildew, anthracnose, aphids, scales, all of these other creatures will just infest the interior of the tree. So cutting out the middle and opening it up for sunlight and air, all reasons why you are wanting to prune it. So when I approach a tree, this tree right here is white peary, and white peary has an excellent growth habit in that almost nearly every flush will send out the whirl of shoots. This one has 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the center one, and usually I'll come out and take out the center one to just encourage the lateral growths. And because the the terminal bud, when you leave that in, that's always the most vertical upright growing branches, so we want to remove them. I like to look at each scaffold branch almost as its own independent canopy, in that when I'm pruning any branches, so this is